My name is Jamal Roberts. I'm 17. I live with my grandmother, go to a regular high school, don't hang out in stairwells, and don't carry weapons. Every day after school, I work at a car wash to buy my little brother some notebooks and pay for mobile data. In my neighborhood, that's already considered an achievement. I'm not a hero. I just try not to become the next suspect. September 17th, Monday. I woke up at 6. Grandma turned on the radio like always. The kitchen smelled like oatmeal and mint tea. My little brother Corey threw his backpack over his shoulder and ran out earlier than me. He had club activities. I walked to school, past the lottery shack and street preachers, through an alley that smelled of dampness and cheap weed. At school, I got an A in biology. The teacher said, "You could make it to college if you keep this up." I smiled. Then it was lunch. We sat with my friend Lamar and talked about the NBA. Everything was normal. No signs, no warnings. After school, I went to the car wash. I was washing an old Chevy when I heard a scream through my headphones. A woman shouting nearby. I took the headphones off and heard another voice. Male, aggressive. "Get on the ground, face down." I looked out. Across the street in front of Lucky Food, 3 cops were pinning down a guy. He was yelling, "I didn't do anything. It's not me." One of the officers kicked him in the back. Another held a gun. People stood there watching, but no one interfered. I pulled out my phone and started recording. Zoomed in, you could see the cop's face, gray hair at the temples. He looked straight at the camera and froze. "Put the phone down," he shouted. I slowly lowered my hand. He started walking toward me but was called back. They shoved the guy into the cruiser and drove off. I saved the video but didn't upload it. My heart was pounding. I knew not to provoke them. That evening I came home, ate, helped Corey with homework. Grandma asked, "Everything okay? You look pale." "I'm fine, just tired." I went to bed with a strange feeling in my chest, but thought everything would be normal in the morning. September 19th, Wednesday, 6:30 a.m. I was walking to school. 2 officers were already standing on the corner. Their patrol car had its lights on. "Jamal Roberts?" one of them asked. "Yes? Come with us." "What's going on?" "Just some questions." 5 minutes. I turned. Our neighbor, Miss Betty, was watching from her window. I went with them, didn't resist. We drove to the precinct. They brought me inside, then into a small room. No windows. "You know why you're here?" the detective asked. "Number..." On the 17th at 5:45 p.m., a jewelry store was robbed. 3 suspects. One matches your description. I almost laughed. "I wasn't there. I was at work." "Got an alibi?" "Just my boss and brother." "Your brother's a kid. That's not an alibi." "Where were you between 5:30 and 6? "At the car wash. We were cleaning a blue Chevy." He wrote something down, then pulled out a printout, a grainy image from a camera, a black guy in a hoodie. That's it. No face. "Is this you?" "Number." He didn't believe me. His eyes said it all. He wasn't looking for truth. He was looking for someone who fit. 2 hours later, a public defender showed up. He barely said a word. They photographed me, took fingerprints, gave me a paper bag with clothes. I was locked in a cell. I sat on the cold bench trying to remember. Maybe I passed by something suspicious. Maybe a neighbor joked around. Number, I was just in the wrong place. Or rather, I looked like the right target to them. Grandma visited that night. Her face was pale, eyes swollen. "I'll find money for a lawyer," she said. "We'll prove this is a mistake." I nodded, but something inside me cracked. In jail, the days crawled. Morning count, then food, then yard time. I couldn't read or write. Every step was under a camera. I heard cellmates talk about who they handled, how they sold phones, cigarettes, even food. And me? I just wanted to go home. A week later was the hearing. The courtroom was small. The judge, a white man, maybe 60. The prosecutor claimed Jamal Roberts is a likely suspect in the robbery. My lawyer didn't object. He didn't even try to get the car wash footage, and it was there. Cameras on every corner. "The defendant will remain in custody until the case concludes," the judge said. "A potential threat to the public." They took me back. I didn't scream. I just stared at the floor. The school temporarily suspended me. Teachers who praised me yesterday were now silent. Friends who didn't respond. Only Corey wrote letters. He drew cars and wrote, "Jamal, I'm waiting for you. I miss you." A month in, a man came to see me, said he was a volunteer, works with wrongfully detained cases. I gave him the car wash name, my boss's name. 2 days later, he came back. There's footage. On the day of the robbery, you were at work. It's clear as day. I almost dropped to my knees. We sent the footage to the court, but the next hearing, in 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, in a cell, for nothing. When the court finally convened, the prosecutor grudgingly said, "New evidence has come up." The judge said, "Charges are dropped. You're free to go." No sorry, no we were wrong, just you're free. I stepped outside. The sun hit my face. The world hadn't changed, but inside I was hollow. I returned to school like nothing had happened, but everyone was silent. Some turned away, some whispered. I stood in the classroom. The teacher asked me to share where I'd been. I looked at them. Why bother? You all knew who I was. But you stayed quiet. It wasn't the police who locked me up. It was your silence. I picked up my backpack and walked out. Since then, I never went back to that school. I transferred, found a private scholarship, studied law. I want to become the one who protects kids like me, because I realized sometimes the chains aren't on your hands. They're in people's minds.